Westgate, Las Vegas is hosting the 40th Mrs. World pageant at the International Theater today and tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, many of the former Mrs. Worlds will be attending. Our Danny Maston is there live this morning previewing it all. Hey, Danny.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, this is just so fun. I was never a pageant girl myself, but I always love coming to these pageants here at the Westgate to learn all about it. And I mean, look at all of these beautiful ladies we have here with us this morning. We have Rosie here, the first ever Mrs. World. And we have Julia here, our reigning queen. I'm going to start with Rosie. This is crazy. 40 years, celebrating 40 years of the pageant. What's it like for you to be here today?
It's very exciting. Some of these, my colleagues, I would call them my colleagues, Mrs. Worlds, were not even born when I won the pageant. It's great. I've been back and a couple of times. I was here like about 3 years ago as well, because I'm part of the family. So it's great. It's great to be with all the ex-Mrs. Worlds and also with the new candidates that are running for the Mrs. World.
And what have you been up to since winning 40 years ago?
So Mrs. World basically changed my life, I would say. It was very exciting when I went back. I got to travel a lot with the Mrs. World because since I was the first, they needed to do a lot of promotional work. So I traveled within the US and out of the US as well. I became a Goodwill Ambassador for the UN. I was UNFPA's Goodwill Ambassador back in home, working on reproductive health for the UN. I got the opportunity of meeting all the other Goodwill Ambassadors in the millennium, in the 2000. So that was one of those things where also led me to become a women's activist, and I work on women's rights back home, which led to me becoming a politician. So I ran for National Assembly, I became a parliamentarian, I became a minister, and then finally my final stop was being the mayor of the capital city of Colombo, Sri Lanka. And I was the first woman mayor in 150 years.
That is so awesome. You have been busy, Rosie.
Busy.
Congratulations.
So this is the kind of opportunities that a platform like this, like the Mrs. World, gives women. So we need to basically, once we win, capitalize on that and go and forge into doing whatever that we strongly believe in. So yeah, Mrs. World has basically made me who I am today. I am a woman that my entire country identifies with as a politician and a women's activist, and that happened because of this one individual called David Marmel, who was the founder of the Mrs. World pageant, where he felt that there were lots of miss pageants for women, but the married woman was discriminated from taking part in beauty pageants so that they could, basically enhance their inherent talents and, further their lives without being like, just homemakers or whatever that they were doing. So that opportunity was given to us by David Marmel and his beautiful wife, Elaine Marmel. So I am ever so grateful to David. David and Elaine has been family for the last 40 years. So coming back to the US every time they invite me has been fantastic. I've also traveled outside the US when the Mrs. World happened in Israel, when it happened in India. It happened in various other countries. I've been a judge many a times with the Mrs. World. So it's very exciting.
Amazing.
Coming back home.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Real quick, as we wrap up here, what advice would you have for all the contestants getting ready to take the stage for the pageant?
Be authentic, be yourself, know yourself, because I think that's when true beauty comes to life, because it comes from the inside to the outside.
I love that. And first ever winner from Germany, what's it like for you to be here today?
Well, it's both an honor, a huge honor, and a challenge, because in my country they don't really know about pageants, so I had to break glass ceilings the entire time of my reign, and I'm still doing it, but I'm very honored. I'm a medical doctor, so I have an advocacy for mental health, and that's what I've been working for this entire year, and I will continue to do that after I pass on my crown.
Crazy. All amazing things, you guys. Thank you so much for sharing that. Coming up in just a little later on in the show, Frit and Frat, the choreographers, the producers of the pageant. I always dance with them, so we got to keep the tradition going, so definitely stick around for that. I'll send it back to you guys in studio for now.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Is this like a synchronized thing that they all do?
Yes, yes, you guys all have to do the dance portion for the pageant. Yes,
all of us.
Yes, they all had to.
Point, yes.
They had to at some point when they were in the pageant. But yes, this is a thing every contestant has to do.
I love it. I
All
love
right.
it. Okay, Danny, thank you so much. We'll check back in with you a little later.